Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna try to get this WORX leaf mulcher thing to work a little better. I got it taken apart, as you can see, and it's pretty chewed up. The last time I used it, it didn't really cut up the leaves, so basically I'm just gonna try to sharpen this a little bit. That's pretty brutal, but I can just put a little bit of an edge on it. It'll work a lot better. So I got my safety glasses and my Dremel, and we'll start cleaning this up. This file seems to do a lot more. I'm gonna have to replace this, but we'll get a little bit more use out of it. Yeah, that helps a lot. All right, now it's cleaned up. I'm just gonna work a lot better, I'm sure. I should have made a video of taking it apart, but I didn't. Anyway, I'm going to get a little bit more life out of this. Then once it dulls down again, I'll probably just buy a new one of these. I just don't want, I wonder how long this is going to work for. The way this is designed, it doesn't have that much suction because you don't want to pick up stones or things like that. But I mean, sticks always come in here, and that's what eventually messes up the blade. But we do have some damage here that I've never really looked at. Look at this, the size of that crack. And on this side, it's even worse. Look at that. So it's like I could toss it out or put some epoxy on it and run it a little bit longer. That's what I'm probably going to do. I'm glad I didn't go buy a new blade, because this doesn't look like it's too long for the world. But I could always patch that and get a little more mileage out of it without too much hassle. So if you are into buying, if you think about buying one of these, this thing's worked good for quite, I don't know, over 2 years. I'm not exactly sure, but eventually it's going to give out. But I mean, it was pretty cheap. I didn't pay that much money for it. All right, I'm going to do some repair on these cracks. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Not going to make it look pretty. Just going to see. I sharpened the blade, and I don't think obviously it's not worth buying. Look at this. It's not worth buying another blade. So I'll patch it up, and we'll just run it until it's done its course. I'm going to work all the cracks too. Work all the cracks. Kind of melt them over each other. Well, I kind of got her patched up. Put the sun there. Yeah, it looks really beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah, so get a little bit more time out of it. That's all I'm looking for. I wonder how long those were cracked before I noticed. Okay, I'm pretty sure it worked better because it took in a lot more leaves. That's it. Yeah, they're chopped up a little better than they were. Yeah, that makes a big difference when you have a lot of leaves. Okay, the question is, how long will this WORX leaf mulcher? I don't call it a blower. It doesn't blow good. How long will it last? Well, you can see mine. I've had it 2 years, 8 months. And I don't just get leaves. I get sticks. I get all this other stuff banging around in there. You saw what it did to the blade. And the housing, I didn't know the housing had those cracks in it until I took it apart to sharpen on the blade. So in a situation like mine, where it's just not leaves, you're going to hit other objects in that. If you can get 3 years out of it, that's good. Mine is 2 years, 8 months, and I've had to patch up the housing because it's that damaged. You saw how damaged it was. It was about to look like this one. So I would say you could probably get an easy 2.5 years out of it in the conditions I use mine at, which are a lot of leaves, a lot of sticks, a lot of debris. If you're just doing leaves, if you just have these nice, beautiful leaves that fall from your trees and there's not a bunch of other stuff, I don't see why this thing couldn't go quite a bit beyond 3 years, maybe 4 years. I can't see why. As long as you don't leave it out in the rain and you take care of it and you don't suck up wet stuff and you use some common sense. So I'm thinking it's definitely over 3 years for sure with just leaves. But if you've got a lot of other debris, probably more like mine, probably not going to make it to 3 years. I hope that answers, your questions about how long this baby's going to last. And just always remember, this is not going to make it quicker to get rid of leaves. All it does is condense them. That's all it does, because it takes forever. It doesn't get rid of the leaves that fast. It just makes them easier to get rid of because it breaks them down into smaller pieces. Anyway, with that being said, adios. Have a great day. You can hit that like if you like this. Subscribe if you feel like it. Doesn't cost you anything. I would appreciate it. And I'll let you know when it finally dies. I will maybe post a video, and that'll be the end. So anyway, take care. Bye-bye.